So if we look at these two setups sort of side by side, okay? If we look at the club faces, how they look a bit different, yeah?
Yeah.
So the one on the left-hand side, okay, you can see is slightly tilting forwards and obviously slightly turned in, so there's no angle on that club face whatsoever, okay? Whereas this one now, the club shaft's a lot more upright and you've got a bit of angle there on that club face. So the ball now has got a chance to go up in the air, okay? Now because of this on the left-hand side, when you try to lift it up in the air, what we'll see sometimes as you come through, that left arm sort of pulling away from the body, the club rising up, and that ball, even though it's struck pretty well, you can see it's just going sort of that trajectory, quite low on the ground. I'm trying to lift it up in the air, but you've hit it with a golf club that's got about 10 degrees aloft or 5 degrees aloft, and all the golf ball knows is the angle of the club that's hitting it. You might say 25 on the bottom. If you hit it with 10, it's going to be hit with 10 degrees. Okay? So the loft on the club now there in terms of setup. Grip-wise, lovely, more in the fingers, okay? We're going to think about now hinging these wrists. So you start to get now the wrist is starting to hinge a little bit, and if the arm bends a smidgen, it's not the end of the world, okay? A little bit of hinge or fold is okay if it means you get a bit more relaxed, allow your arm sort of soften a bit rather than trying to be so rigid and so stiff that nothing can actually move. So you can see there's a little bit of a hinge there now in the wrist, okay? Yes, granted we could get a bit more, but that's something you can sort of work and practice towards as we start playing. Because you have more loft on the golf club, nice bit of wrist hinge as you come back to the golf ball. Now that golf ball's starting to go off on a bit of an angle there. So rather than going there, rather than going on that line as that first one is there, we're now going up in the air. But if you think about the golf club, it's got 25 degrees of loft. As your club is coming down, hit that golf ball, it's coming down on a slightly downward angle. So 25 degrees minus the slightly down angle you're going to, which you have to create, to be fair. You can't hit up on the ball because you top it. So you're coming down, so we say, like 4 or 5 degrees. With a 25, that's got 20 degrees of loft. And again, with the club head speed, that's not going to be massively up in the big numbers. It's going to come out a little bit lower. So really, from your point of view, you wouldn't expect to see the ball, shall we say, above the height of the trees with this club.
No.
You saw the shot I hit with that hybrid that went to the 100 sign. It didn't get, I mean, obviously not going to clear the trees anyway, but it didn't go visually above the height of the trees.
So
but that's fine though, because it's going to get
you to 200 with this?
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No chance.
So I'm not ready for that yet.
That's not going to be a level you're going to really get to with that club, or with any. I mean, even a driver in the summer you might get to 150, but that would kind of be your peak where you can aim towards. Okay, and
that would be enough for me to
massively.
play.
Oh, 100.
And get the experience.
If I'm being 100%
with that
honest.
one, do I follow through? I bet you I don't. Well, I thought so.
There you go. This was actually a really, really good shot, and if we watch it in terms of sort of full movement all the way through, okay, we'll go back to the start there. I'll watch it black out of the way. There we go. It's a really good movement, okay? And I think in terms of what you're saying about how far the ball's got to go, you're sort of anticipating it's got to go 150, 100 yards. This one here that went about 80 yards and the couple that went about sort of 60 or 70 is still far enough to get on the golf course and play.
Yeah,
there are people I teach who play fairly regularly, who have a club handicap who hit it no more than like 110, 120. But they can play golf. They've learned how to play golf and to play with what they've got. The resource they've got is a driver or three that goes 120, 130 maybe, and then irons that go sort of 80, 90, 70. Fairly good short game, good putter. They can get on a golf course in under 100.
I'm not going to do that.
Yes, you will. I promise you.
No,
you
I want to get better.
You want, yeah, I know. But the thing is, the way in terms of the getting better, what a lot of it comes down to is how much club head speed can you physically generate, and that's what it's going to come down to. Okay, to get the ball with that club 150, you're going to be looking at about 70 mile an hour club head speed.
What could the ladies that can play, like my friend Trisha, my friend lives in the same.
Trisha Rowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what could she do?
120, 130.
Well, there you are. I can do it.
You could hit it as far as her, exactly.
Older like me.
She can hit it. Yeah, I mean, with a good drive, she might push it out there 150-ish in the summer with a bit of bouncer run. But she's not someone. 200 sign is. To be honest with you, there are very few golfers, completely male and female, get the 200 sign. There's very few female golfers, as anyone can think of, who are members up here who get 200 yards.
Who was it? Was it Kerry when she was playing?
Yeah.
Kerry?
Yeah, Kerry. Yeah, she still plays. Yeah, 150.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I thought she was doing fit.
It looked probably
It's more like
as
you,
good
my
as she, as
glasses.
good as as good as she hit the golf ball. Okay, it probably looked more impressive then because of how far you weren't hitting it.
Yeah.
She was hitting it what seems 6-7 times longer, which just seems an astronomical amount.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's 6 foot nearly and long and line and got
Yeah.
massive arc and big club head speed.
I'm
So
5'3".
again, length of arm's going to change. My length of arm, I got long swing because my arms are long, and the longer you swing or the bigger the circle, the more power you're going to create. But yeah, she was hitting a driver or 3 with 150.
I mean,
But higher because of the speed.
Sort of like, I just want to
No, I know. I think
to a reasonable
of course,
standard.
and I get that, and you want to have a benchmark to where
I
you
want
can
to have
get
a
to.
challenge.
Exactly, and that's the good thing with
Yeah.
golfers, I think. But yeah, in terms of that movement there, if we can think, okay, right, nice and relaxed in the grip there, nice hinge of the wrist, okay, and from there now we can just sort of swish the club through with a good sort of full rotation through. Very good movement. You just look at that image there, okay, just that position, that circle there. You could click on any TV on golf and stuff and watch that and think, okay, right, this is the professionals. That's what they look like.
To be honest,
They look good.
They look better than I feel
Exactly.
that I'm doing anyway.
You're doing great, doing great. 80, 90 yards, brilliant.
Yeah.
Hockey dokie?
Okay, yeah.
Excellent.